Hey guys, it's Natalie, and today I'll be explaining how to use the calculate menu to find your major features on the graph that you enter into y equals. So first we need to enter our function into y equals by hitting the first gray button, which is y equals, then inputting a function. For my example, I'll use x squared minus 4. Then we check the window to make sure that the standard window shows up. Then we hit zoom 6 to see what the graph will look like. After we look at the graphs, we can go to the calculate menu. To get here, we hit second, then trace, which is the fourth gray button. This list gives us 7 options. For the sake of Algebra 1, I'll be talking about 5 of them. Number 1 on the list is value. We press enter on the value. The graph shows up with an x equals at the bottom. We then can enter any value of x and the corresponding y for that x will be calculated. For this example, I'll use 3. As you can see, your x and y values are now at the bottom of the screen and the cursor is at the point 3, 5 on the graph of x squared minus 4. We will now use second mode to quit and return to the home screen. Next, we'll turn to the calculate menu by using second trace. Next on the list is 0. A 0 is where the y of the function is 0, so where the function crosses the x-axis. Zeros are also known as x-intercepts, solutions, or answers. If we scroll down to 0 and press enter, or press 2, we will come to the graph on our calculator. Since the function x squared minus 4 has 2 zeros, all of our calculations will need to be for the same 0. In this case, I'll use the positive 0. At the bottom of the graph, it will say left bound ? We will move our cursor using the arrow keys to the left side where our function crosses, or in this case, touches the x-axis. Then press enter. Then, right bound ? Will show up, and we will move our cursor to the right of where it touches the x-axis and press enter. After that, guess ? Will come up, and we will hit enter again. Then, 0 and the xy coordinates of the 0 will show up on the screen. In this case, x equals 2 and y equals 0. We will now use second mode to quit and return to the home screen. Next, we will return to the calculate menu by using second trace. The next 2 options are minimum and maximum, which will be used based on the vertex of the function you have inputted. In a parabola, the vertex is the peak in the curve. If the vertex of the function is at the top and it opens down, it will be a maximum. If the vertex is at the bottom and the function opens up, you would select minimum. And you will go through the left and right bounds just like when finding zeros, but in this case, we'll go around the lowest point and not where it crosses the x-axis. Then we'll hit enter. When guess ? Shows up, the minimum will show up at the bottom. If the x-coordinate gives you any number with an e in it, it's just 0. Now hit second mode again to go to the home screen. Now, second trace to return to the calculate menu. Lastly, we will talk about intercept. When we use this, we will want to figure out where 2 functions touch each other. So we'll need to input another function into y equals. I'll put in 4x. Then go back to the calculate menu. Now we can scroll down to intersect or press 5. Then the graph of the function comes up with the words first curve ? Press enter. Then second curve ? Comes up, and we will press enter again. And then guess ? Comes up, and we'll hit enter for a third time. Then the intersect will show up at the bottom of the screen. Okay guys, this is my explanation of how to use the calculate menu to find major features on a graph. Let's review what we've learned. We learned what a 0 was, what a vertex was, and how to find zeros, values, minimums and maximums, as well as finding intersections on the calculator. Thanks for watching. My next video will be on Polyroot Finder app.